Hey, this is Ari, and in this video, I want to share with you a little clip from a recent podcast I did with my friend Dr. Yogi Hendlin on how science is manipulated by industry. This is an incredibly important thing to understand right now, given the state of the world, and this is extremely valuable information from one of the world's top experts in this particular field, who actually studies this and teaches about it as a professor in a university in the Netherlands. So enjoy, and if you want to listen to the full-length episode, which I highly recommend, the link for that is down in the description below. Enjoy. Yogi, do you want to? Did you talk about the last two on this list? Buy credibility, manipulate government officials.
I haven't. I'll just very quickly go through them. Yeah. So as the scientific community speaks out and says, "Hey, we're killing ourselves by this thing that we thought was good because it's giving us certain benefits, or at least some of us, right? We all like our devices. I'm not about to, give up my computer anytime soon. But do I really need a new computer every time mine breaks every 2 or 3 years? Like, does it have to break? Why couldn't it be modular? And I could just, get a new camera or a new screen, easy, instead of having, the parts glued in, so it's impossible to repair. Oftentimes industry will harass the scientists. They'll buy credibility by, for example, British Petroleum BP gave UC Berkeley $500 million to create like an energy center, right? But it's very hard to, think about transitioning to renewables or to getting off our addiction to oil and gas when your funder is, one of the biggest oil companies on earth. It just, makes it difficult. And BP can then say, we're partnered with all of these extremely prestigious institutions, and we're going to, put their logo on our website. We're going to say, the director of the institute that we funded at this top university thinks that it's fine to continue doing whatever we're doing, whether it's DDT or fossil fuel production, or drug manufacture of drugs that hurt people. And this is a method and a mechanism to distract from the real, just the basic industry harms, right? It instead pushes an industry agenda, which is based on delay, right? That's number one. You want to try to extract as much profit as possible before you get caught. And denial, saying it's not here, it's there. Perfect example, in the 1960s, fat came, under attack in the 80s, because in the 60s, sugar was under attack and people were trying to eat less sugar. And the sugar industry paid these Harvard scientists to say it's fat, not sugar. So I grew up, and of course, these scientists who got, they were pariahs for saying, no, sugar is causing metabolic disease. A calorie is not a calorie is a calorie. It's what matters, what's put into it. If you, give somebody pure sugar in a Coca-Cola, day in, day out, that is going to cause disease. And instead, they blame fat. And so I grew up eating reduced fat everything and hating it because I was never actually satiated and satisfied, and eating tons of sugar and feeling lightheaded all the time. And that was entirely an industry agenda. And here is one industry against another, and they just happen to be more successful, the sugar people. But, and a lot of our laws also reflect industry interests. Finally, scientists can, work with decision makers to implement public safeguards, right? Clean our air, clean our water, make sure our food is not sprayed with pesticides that are going to, cause birth defects or going to cause cancers. That seems like a pretty low bar. And yet, industry manipulates government officials and influences the regulatory process with money, resources, or power, oftentimes behind the scenes. And this just goes on and on. And I could give you, countless examples of how this works. But for me, after, I don't know, 16 years of looking at tens of thousands of industry documents from many different industries, you see certain patterns occurring. And when it occurred to me how much of our normal understanding of our culture, of even, our in the 60s, they had Exxon sponsored, they were called Humble Oil back then, Disney comics. They were teaching kids about energy, and it was sponsored by ExxonMobil and completely written by them. You realize that pretty much everything we believe and think and know is industry agenda. We've been gaslit all the way down.
It's brought to you by it's brought to you by so-and-so industry without you realizing it.
Well, that's the even more potent way of doing it, right? Where you don't even, it's seamless. The virtual reality aspect of being in another sort of framework doesn't even come to consciousness because we're so embedded in it at this point.
Yeah. Hey, this is Ari, and if you enjoyed this little clip, I highly recommend checking out the full-length podcast by clicking the link down below this video in the description. Check it out. You're going to learn a ton more valuable information. Also, as always, I want to mention at the Energy Blueprint, we offer a ton of solutions to help you increase your energy. And as a side effect, help you prevent disease, dramatically improve your brain function, your mood, combating anxiety and depression, increasing your resilience to stress, and increasing your longevity. All nice bonuses to strategies designed to massively increase your mitochondrial function and your energy levels. And we've got a whole suite of products, online info products that guide you on strategies to optimize your lifestyle and nutrition habits. We've got an Eat for Energy course. We've got a brain course. We've got an advanced fat loss strategies course. We've got a breathing for energy course, which I highly, highly recommend. People just absolutely rave about that one in particular. And we've got a whole suite of supplements, mitochondrial formula, a brain formula, energy essentials and superfoods, which is our comprehensive multivitamin and multimineral and superfoods formula, and much, much more, actually. We've got, as of this moment in time, depending on when you're watching this, but as of this moment I'm recording it, I've got an amazing new anti-aging longevity formula on the way and an incredible new sleep formula that will be coming out in the next few weeks. Thank you for watching this. Again, full length link to the full length podcast is down below, and check out theenergyblueprint.com for our whole suite of products that can help you dramatically transform your energy levels. Talk to you soon.